Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. Today we have some decent news for VeChain, good news for VeChain, and the news is that VeChain has joined the board of directors for trusted blockchains in China. And the other members of this board are Alibaba, Huawei, Tencent, and the Shanghai Stock Exchange. So these are big hitters, and VeChain is now on the same board with them. Now, I'm not exactly sure what this is. This honestly could be like the government approved blockchains in China, which is pretty big if you're on the board of directors, because that means the government likes you. And since the government actually controls everything in China, they probably definitely have some push and pull inside China. So this is definitely pretty good for VeChain. I don't know like how much it'll affect price right now. Remember, Chinese people can't actually invest in VeChain right now because China has no exchanges. I mean, they can use a VPN to actually go around the firewall and buy a crypto elsewhere, but there are actually no exchanges in China, so a lot of Chinese people can't directly invest in VeChain. So I'm not really sure if this will have any impact on the price. I actually don't think it will, but in the future, this could actually mean big things because this definitely will. Since they're on the board of directors for trusted blockchains, that opens them up to more partnerships, especially in China itself. That opens them up to being almost a monopoly on the supply chain logistics IoT side in China, and that's a very, very big market. If you look at the other companies like Alibaba, Huawei, Tencent, and the Shanghai Stock Exchange, those companies more or less have a monopoly in their respective fields, and VeChain could actually move that way as well. So this is definitely a good development for those of us that actually invest in VeChain. And it actually sort of signals the importance of VeChain within the blockchain industry. Now, I'm not saying VeChain is going to take over China, but like VeChain within the blockchain industry in China can actually really blossom. So CATC, a state-run initiative directly under China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology, added VeChain to their list of trusted companies, being listed at the top of the list of the board of directors, gives VeChain an even bigger boost of credibility in China. The program focuses on building blockchain in a compliant manner while supporting China's influence in global blockchain industry. So the Chinese government might actually leverage VeChain sometime, and VeChain might enjoy a monopoly within China itself for whatever it does. So, if another if another large food company or another large retail store in China wants to implement IoT, the government might suggest that they use VeChain. And if the government suggests that you use VeChain, you probably have to use VeChain. So that's what I'm thinking right now for VeChain. And that's why I'm actually very optimistic about it. Will that play well with the United States in the trade war? Probably not, honestly. But China is a big enough market by itself to make VeChain worth a lot more than it is currently. So that's actually why I wanted to mention this. If this was like in the United States or Europe, this may not be quite as big of a deal. But because this is government approved and China is basically completely controlled by the central government, this is a little bit more of a bigger deal within China itself. And they are on the board with all these other the board of directors with all these other big companies that have basically almost a monopoly or at least a duopoly within their respective fields. So that is good news for VeChain. That really helps it with its expansion in China, and that should make its blockchain technology and coin worth more in the future. So that is the news for today. Like and subscribe and hit that notification bell button if you like my content. And remember that Chuck Norris once threw a grenade and it killed 50 people and then it exploded. Thank you and have a nice day.